Hello and welcome to Last Week in Finance. Today is June 27th of 2021. Let's start with the numbers. The S&P 500 up almost 3% for the week and guess again, all-time high. Right now the S&P 500 is at 4,280 points and yes again, all-time high. The DXY, the US dollar index, started strong the week, although slightly down, almost half a percent. Right now, the DXY it's at 91.81. A little bit bearish by the end of the week. Gold actually put some gains over 1% for the week. Right now, the ounce of gold is at $1,780. Of course, silver also slightly up, a little bit with more gains than gold and actually closed the week over $26 per ounce. Copper, huge gain for the week, almost 4%. Right now, the pound of copper is at $4.28. The WTI, the crude oil, it put some gains, some serious gains for the week, 3.5% for the week. Right now, the barrel of crude oil is at $74. And beginning of the week, the 10-year Treasury bond actually down, starting the week Sunday Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening from the Asian markets went down even below at some point of 1.4%, but actually went down. I mean, the value of the bond went down, and actually the yield went up 8.95%, almost 9%. Right now, the yield of the 10-year Treasury bond is at 1.528%. Of course, markets there are not as concerned as the prior year or the prior months of the rising of the 10-year Treasury bond. So let's see when it's going to implode. At some point, it has to implode both the yield of the 10-year Treasury bond and the markets overall. Bitcoin also with a very bearish trend this week. At some point, it was below $30,000, and for the week, minus 7%, around that level. And right now, Bitcoin is at around 33,000. The last time I checked, this thing keeps moving every time. Ethereum, huge loss for the week, almost 15%. Right now, Ethereum is at $1,869. Is a almost 3-month low at this point. What's happening with Ethereum? What's happening with crypto in general? People are losing faith. Although Dogecoin had some serious gains this week after hit a bottom of 20 cents per Dogecoin. Although I don't keep tracking Dogecoin that much, so I'll leave you to guys for that. Also, we had the jobless claim report at over 400,000 new jobless claims, exactly at 400,000 and 411,000 new jobless claims. Is slightly higher from the prediction that was it's going to be below 400,000. Is more or less the psychological barrier at this point. The projection was at 380,000. I mean, they're ticking up again, although many states are slashing the unemployment benefits just on the regional level, on the state level. Many states, half of the states, they're either already slashed those unemployment benefits or are going to slash it. So keep an eye of that. Right now, around 12 million people are on federal unemployment benefits protection. Okay, now with inflation. The last report was at 5% year over year, although prices are going much higher than wages. We are hearing that many people in entry level jobs are getting pay raise, are getting actually good salaries if you consider they are entry level. And most of these jobs, and you have to remember that they are low skill, are low value jobs. We're talking services, low level employees on factories, and so on and so on. We are not seeing that wage inflation permanently yet. And if we reach that threshold of very high inflation on wages, that's where it's very sticky. And that's gonna cause the prices overall just take off and we have a permanent inflation. Although all this talk about the Fed and the media, the mainstream media, talking about the inflation being transitory. There is a lot of reasons to believe that this inflation will be transitory with the supply chain disruptions and so on. And also, but you also have to consider that this inflation is on long durable goods. We're talking used cars, we're talking furniture, we're talking construction materials in order to remodeling the houses. Remember, many people were stuck more than a year on the pandemic. So keep keep that in mind. Of course, used car price, to be more accurate, are poised to still going up in the next few months. We'll still have the supply chain disruptions in semiconductors, microchips, in order to make new cars. So these used cars are getting appreciated in value in the market overall. Also, I was reading that from Barron's that the Fed is close to the inflation debate. I don't know about that. This is I took this from Barron's, but at some point the Fed is gonna have to do something either with the FOMC or the interest rates or maybe doing some taper of the purchasing program, the monthly purchasing program. Remember, the Fed is buying assets at the pace of $120 billion each month. There are also some crypto news. Scott Miner is from Guggenheim Investment. He's bullish long term on Bitcoin, although he thinks that Bitcoin is going to keep in the short and medium term keep bearish. And actually, we're not seeing the bottom of the crypto market, especially on Bitcoin. Right now, it's at 30,000 levels. It may it may correct all to the point to maybe 20 or 50,000. It it is possible, I have to say. Lumber prices still keeps collapsing. We are talking 14% down for the week. Right now, the lumber futures are at $779 per a thousand feet board of lumber. I don't know yet how it's gonna affect the market house because the market house is still hot, and also because the Fed is buying a lot of mortgage-backed securities, and having that, and the fact that banks are not issuing that much loans, especially mortgage credit, in order to acquire new homes, maybe we are gonna have a very tight, still gonna have a tight housing market, although what I'm reading, the last few reports that I'm reading, is that there is a little bit more inventory. People are willing to sell, people that had appreciation of 20, 30% year over year since the start of the pandemic. But at the same time, the market is very tight, and most of the new inventory nationwide is for either homes that haven't built yet, they are on a project right now, and the construction hasn't started, or either is just starting. So they're selling homes in a future, not in the present. So second-hand real estate, residential real estate, it's a little bit tight for now. And also, so this is a contrary report that May sales from commercial real estate and residential real estate have been going down. It's the lowest level in a year. So that begs the question, what's going on with the housing market? At some point, it has to do some correction, at least on real terms, considering inflation. But at some point, everything goes, everything can happen, and we will see the next few months if either the market's gonna correct or just to the moon, baby. And that will be all for the week. Thank you for listening last week in finance. Hope you guys have a very good week, and we will see you next week. Bye bye and take care.